This is Carl at National RV Detroit. So I just walked into your motor home. This is what you'll see just to the right of the entry door when you walk in. This panel here. To turn on your power step on and off right here, and the awning light. To put your awning in and out, your power awning, it's right here. So never leave it out unattended. Always, if you're not going to be at the campsite, roll your awning in so it does not get damaged by the wind. Inside outside speaker. This is your main power here for the house power, it's called. Under this step right here, there's a battery, your house battery, and you can wire two together. Just keep in mind that you always want to wire them to 12 volt. Don't wire them so they become 24. You want to keep them 12 volt. You just want to double the storage. Okay. Now I'm going to show you your control panel for your leveling system. Keep in mind that I have the emergency brake on and the vehicle is turned on. Otherwise this won't work because it doesn't want. It's a safety device. Obviously you don't want to be able to put them down while you're driving or drive away with them down, so or partially down. So keep that in mind. So it's telling you that the jack's up. I'm not going to actually level them right now because I'm just going to talk you through it. But you push auto level right here basically, and that's it. Very simple. To retract them, you're going to go like so, and you can manually level them here. Just press enter to begin. These are just for adjustments here. It's telling you this is important. It's telling you your battery has 13.3 volts, which is what you want. It has to have all the battery's voltage in order for this to operate, otherwise it will fault. So you always keep in mind that that's why they put that on there, so you can see you got plenty of voltage. Okay, and you can auto retract, and it's very simple, very basic. Okay. Also, there's obviously you can read the directions, which helps, and it can refresh your memory doing it that way. All right. So, okay. So if I stand up here, okay, you have your generator here. You prime it here. We'll talk you through this too when you come out to pick up your trailer. So, and then you start it there. This is where it tells you how many hours you have on it. Now there's you have to change the oil in this. It's very important that you change it up. You have to read your manual to know exactly what the routine is on this one. But you gotta change the oil, especially the first time when you first start using it. So keep that in mind, that it has to be taken care of. Your slide out switch here. You've got your levels right here, as you can see. Your black tank, your gray tank, your fresh water tank. Graduates in 1/3 increments as you go. You have tank heaters. You can let your water heater on either gas or run it on electric. Most people use electric. Keep in mind you want to make sure that the water heater tank has water in it before you turn it on. And there's your onboard water pump in case you carry onboard water with you. Let's say if you're going to a campsite that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can always pre-fill your fresh water tank, and you can it'll operate everything just like you have city water, as long as you have water in the tank and you turn your pump on. Alright, so I'm going to shut it off here now. I just turned it on because I wanted to show you how the leveling system works. So let me slide over here real quick. I will shut the vehicle down. Then I'm going to reset the brake here if I can grab the handle. There it is, right there. Okay, so now we're off. While we're sitting here, there's a thing to know. Let me open the door so we can get a little light here. This is an auxiliary button. So basically, let's say your chassis battery goes dead. You can always use this, push this button, and it'll actually link to the house battery, so you can use that power to start it. So it actually can get you out of a lot of trouble doing that. Okay, and the rest of it's like a regular, any kind of truck. You know, you got all your normal controls that you're familiar with. The system here has a GPS. It looks like there's a chip card in there, so I'm sure this is already equipped. But you have the normal functions. You have Bluetooth. You can stream off a USB. You know, and it does, like I said, have built-in GPS. So also your backup camera will appear here. So you can read up on that, and that's the best way to learn, is by reading it and doing it at the same time, obviously. So it's a pretty cool system in that sense. Okay, so the slide out is in right now, so I'm gonna put it out. So we can see it going out. You're always just going to keep an eye, make sure that nothing is in the way. This entire wall is a slide room. It's huge. Okay, so as we move along the door side wall, this couch will jackknife flat, so you can turn it into a bed. Obviously, you can sleep up here on the top, above the cab, and then you have 2 bunks here. Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. That means it'll run on 110 AC or LP gas. So the mode button is how you control it. It's very simple. A means auto. So what this is telling us, that if you put it here, it'll automatically, let me get back over to it because we don't have 110. It'll automatically choose 110 AC. Okay, so when it's on auto, it'll search 110 AC and use it. Right now we're not plugged in, so it's switched automatically. You can see that's the gas symbol. It automatically switched over to gas. So electricity takes parameters, then it'll take gas as the second choice. So running it on auto is generally how people do it. It's you can dedicate it to a power like that. That would be just electric. That would be just gas. But if you go to auto, it'll always seek out electricity, like I said, and if it can't find it, it'll use gas. Now this is your carbon dioxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like that. Keep that in mind. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, obviously. You're going to leave the door open, shut the gas off, and figure out what's going on. Alright. Light switches, of course. You just have an analog thermostat, so it's very simple. Keep it on auto for fan, and you can just select the different sources. Right now I'll put it to off. But you got heat. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. It just circulates air, and then of course cool is the air conditioner. Alright, so microwave looks like any other microwave. It is a convection microwave. You got your range hood with your fan and light. Your range itself is pretty simple to operate. It let's see here. You're just going to basically spark it to light it. I assume the gas is turned on at this point. If not, I'll just talk you through it. I must have it off. Yes. So you can see it sparking there anyway, I'm sure. So you'll put it to start right there and spark it by turning this clockwise till it lights. The oven's a little bit different. Basically, let me look down here to make sure. This one you'll have to light the pilot light first. So you'll put this to pilot, right? You'll depress it and hold it in. You'll light the pilot light, and then hold it while it's lit. Hold this for another 10 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature, and it'll cycle through like an oven does. But when you shut it off, the bottom line is when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time. Okay. Close this up. Alright, so the sink works like any other sink. Of course you can take this table down to the down position and use the cushions or the back cushions as cushions to fill in the space, and you got another bed there. Okay. Alright. So the sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. There's nothing really unique about them. Remember to run your fan with the shower, because you want to pull the humidity out. These things are built super tight now, and you don't want to create an environment where mildew can grow. The toilet, the thing to remember is you never use it dry and without chemical. So step on this, right down there is your black tank, right? So what happens is you'll come in here, you'll pull the campsite, hook up your water, your power, that sort of thing. You'll come inside and you'll take your chemical, whichever brand you use, and you'll dump 1 dose right in there. Then you'll step on your flush pedal and stand on it till it puts about a gallon or so of water in the tank, along with the chemical. You don't have to be exact with a gallon of water. The bottom line is it can't be empty, and it's got to have chemical when you're starting off with a dry black tank. So if you're going to stay at the campsite, let's say for another week, but you had to dump your tank, as soon as you dump your tank, you come back in here and repeat that procedure. Chemical and about a gallon of water. You're all set till you dump it next time. All right? Okay. So let's see what we got here. This is all pretty self-explanatory. Once again, you got a lot of storage, which is neat. Tons of drawers and a wardrobe. You could add a power vent in here if you chose to, and also put a vent cover over it if you chose to. That's a reasonable upgrade. Also, you have a foot locker under the bed here. If you can see it, that is. We got more storage. Okay, cool. Right here on the bunk, let's say, on both of them, you got a antenna out plus a plug, so you could put a TV here and a TV there. Okay. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. Of course, you have another TV up here, which is pretty obvious, I guess. So that really about covers it. That covers all the main features. I'll show you outside a little bit about it also. But that covers the inside pretty well. The rest you're going to have to get from your manuals. Use manufacturer's videos. Those are an excellent source. Anytime you have an appliance here, all you have to do is get there's going to be a manual that comes with this trailer for this refrigerator, but if you get the model number off the tag here, manufacturer model number, you can find manufacturer's videos online and look at those. You can do that with any component for this trailer just about. It's rare when you can't find something, so that's also another excellent way to get information. Okay, let's go outside. So the automatic step came out. Now if you were to shut that off, of course it wouldn't. So that's what that's for. Now I mentioned underneath here is battery. Let me do this right here. I need another hand, hold on. There we go. So yeah, so you have one house battery, you can add a second. Just so, remember, you're going to keep it wired to 12 volt. That's important. Okay. I'll just leave that up for now. Okay. Alright, so let me look here. See what we've got. This is where you fill your propane right here. The attendant at the pump will know how this operates, but that's your filler there. Obviously a gauge, that's your bleeder valve right there. And there's your master switch to shut, or switch knob valve to shut the system off. So it fills here, that's to shut it off, and that's a bleeder valve, okay? Your water heater, the switches were inside like I showed you, right? But you can drain it right here by pulling this plug. That's also a safety valve, a pressure release valve. You never release the pressure or open the tank drain when there's hot water in it, because you don't want to scald yourself or worse. So you always make sure it cools down first. And always keep in mind, you never want to run this without water in the tank. So you never use an energy source unless you've got water in the water heater tank. Just more storage, more storage. Coming around. You can obviously go ahead inside, but I've got the house battery step up, so you got to put it back down. Okay. I'm just finishing up here.
Empty your water lines. So winterization, you want to empty everything out.
Okay, so here I am at the water station here. So
yeah, no water.
This is very, very simple. You've got low point drains there. See those silver valves there on a red and blue line? When they're perpendicular with the line, like they are now, they're closed. When the handle is parallel with the line, it's open. Okay, so keep that in mind. We've got a little light there. You can turn your water pump on from out here also. You remember I showed you there's a switch inside. You can also operate from out here. That's just a little sprayer to spray things down. So you hook your city water up to here. Okay, that's important. This one here is the black tank flush, to flush out your black tank. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And the main thing to know are these valves right here. Okay, so basically, you see you've got the different positions here for each one, and then you'll have a list of its functions and which way to set the valve. So to use city water, which is the most common way you're going to do it, is just hook your hose right up to it right here, obviously, and then you'll have it in the 2, right, and 6 position. So that is city water right there. So you're just going to hook up your hose, turn it on, and it works normally, right? To fill the tank through the city water port, you would switch it to 1-6, so this one would go this way. So you can take it from there and see everything. Winterizing, and you also to sanitize it if you wanted to draw, like a mixture of a quarter to or 1 to 4 bleach and water to sanitize it. Or you can buy products like Spring Fresh, and which are basically, like all disinfectants are bleach based. Okay, so that's something that's very simple, but you'll have to use it a few times to get the hang of it. This is the water pump right here, just so you know. Okay, all right, so that's it. It's not difficult. It just takes using it a few times. Okay, now these are your dump valves here. So the black valve, right, is obviously for toilet water and waste. The gray valve is sink and shower water. So when you put your hose on here, you're going to dump the black tank first because it's toilet water and waste. So it'll dump, and then you dump the gray sink and shower water because it's cleaner water and it'll clean out the hose a bit. Then if you leave this valve open, you can take your hose at the dump station and screw it onto this port and turn it on, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank. That's called flushing it. So it'll clean it out, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Make sure the black tank valve is open before you turn on the water, though. That's important, okay? All right, let me get up here. To fill your generator in your vehicle is right here, of course. Your generator is behind here. Keep in mind that you can operate it by pulling the green panel off, but most people operate it inside, obviously, but there are controls there, so keep that in mind. All right? You have a slide topper on here, which basically is an awning that goes over the slide out, which is a great thing. It keeps, acorns and twigs and pine cones and stuff off of it, so you don't compromise your seal when you close it. You have a backup camera, of course, and very importantly, you have a ladder that goes up to the roof, which is great because you want to inspect it every 3 months, every 90 days. Or if you live in Michigan, you inspect it in the spring, once in the middle of the summer, and once in the fall, right? You go up there, you look at the sealant on the roof, make sure there's no cracking or separation. You look at every place you see caulk from the factory on the side, right? And you just inspect it. If you see cracking or separation starting, it eventually will, because everything has to be touched up. All RVs do. You know about it. You get it taken care of immediately, and that's the way to do it. Anybody who owns a trailer has to inspect it. You don't want to just ignore it. Okay. This mask I got here is just about ready to kill me here. Hold on. All right, I guess that's better. All right, so that's basically it. Like I said, you can refer to the manuals inside the trailer. You can look at manufacturers' videos also to refresh your memory. So there's plenty of information, okay? So thanks for buying your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember, always inspect your roof in the spring, the summer, and in the fall. Inspect the seals on the side. Any place you see caulk from or sealant from the factory, you inspect that also. And make sure you winterize it in the fall. Make sure you bypass your water heater, that sort of thing. If you don't know how to winterize, you can have it done, or you can have somebody teach you or teach yourself, but it has to be winterized, okay? Thank you very much.